Welcome back to Mama MD Hawaii. Okay, welcome back. This is the second part of the graduation cap because I totally screwed up when I was cutting it out. So this is a lesson for everybody. Always make sure to test your cuts first. So my blade is pretty much brand new, and so it cut all the way through my iron-on, and so this is what happens, right? So you can still use it. I hate wasting material, so I'm not going to waste this material. I just weeded it out, and so I stopped the video so that I could actually weed every little piece out. And then what took longer than weeding it out, that actually didn't take a long time. What took longer is actually setting it up into the place that I want. So normally you can just put it because it has the clear adhesive carrier sheet the iron-on is usually attached to. But in this case, because I screwed up and it cut too deeply, it cut each individual letter out like this. And it is still the iron-on. It's just that it's now separated and not together. So I had to make sure I lined it up perfectly because now I'm going to iron it on again. Okay, so I have my Easy Press, my mini, and it's set. I had it on the number 1 button, so you have 3 different temperature settings. I put it on the number 2 for this time because it seemed like it was working fine, but I think it needed to be just a little bit hotter. So what I'm going to do is start here and just carefully iron on my letters, and you're supposed to keep it constantly moving. And I want to do this so that my wire doesn't mess up my other stuff that's all set up. And just gently move this around. Probably should have done the bottom part first. Looks like I moved it just slightly, so I'm gonna move it again. Oh, again, this is what took the longest. It's just putting it exactly where I wanted it. So these are all, and of course, the little dots for the eyes are what really were driving me nuts. They're still driving me nuts. And so you have to make sure they're completely in exactly the right place, or else you're going to iron it on crooked, which I have done before as well. Now, let's say you do iron it on crooked and you want to remove it and redo it. It's actually really easy to take iron-on off. You just heat it up with an iron, or in my case, the Easy Press, and then you peel it off using your little hook. And so now I'm going to try to get down here. Really, I just want to make it so that it sticks. You don't have to stick it super good because this is not going to go in a dryer. It's not going to go in a washer. But you want to make sure that it actually sticks on so your letters don't move. And again, have it on the second setting for this mini press. Just moving it around constantly. There we go. Okay. I'm going to go back up here. Make sure I heat this up. Oh, this came off. And so the best thing about doing this is, again, if you're making it for your graduate, you can make it super cute and personalized. I'm hoping actually to make some I Survived COVID shirts at some point. Maybe something with toilet paper rolls. I figure that would be pretty cool. Just have a bunch of toilet paper rolls on top of a shirt and saying that I survived COVID 2020. I've seen some memes about that online. So again, so it looks like everything's more or less adhered now. So now I'm just going back to make sure that it's really stuck on. And then what I'm going to do is go back and peel off that clear carrier sheet for each little piece. And this is perfect for this, for the graduation cap, this mini Easy Press. It is $50. It's really cute. It's perfect. It's perfect with your Joy. Today, again, I used my Cricut Maker to cut this out, but you can cut it on your Joy as well. The Cricut Joy cuts glitter iron on, and then it cuts it without a mat. If you wanted to, you have to buy the special Smart Vinyl in order to do that, or you can put it on top of a mat. Okay, so you can see this is my side, but you can also see the shiny carrier sheet still on top. So now I'm just gonna check and see if I can take these off. So this comes off pretty nicely. And again, not normally a problem, just that I totally screwed up. So mistakes definitely happen. I make them all the time. One of the most important things though is I remembered to mirror my image. I forget that sometimes, and that is a pain when you forget to mirror your image, because then you really do ruin your material and you can't reuse it unless you want your words backwards, which I'm sure for some designs maybe that would look cool, but usually that's not the case for what I'm doing. Okay, so just peeling off all these little plastic carrier sheet, and normally, like I said, it should be one continuous sheet, so then you would just pull it all off at once. But because, well, this one's not adhered, so go back again. And so if it's not stuck down, you just go back, use your iron on again. I've had some questions just through other places about how things are going in Hawaii. So for COVID, our COVID curve is behind the rest of the United States. So the United States should peak about April 13th to 14th, as far as they're estimating, as far as the most deaths and illnesses per day. So the worst it's going to get nationwide is probably mid-April. In Hawaii, our peak, our curve peak, is not going to be until May 1st to the 3rd. So what does that mean? That means great job, everybody in Hawaii. We are social distancing. We're staying apart. We are flattening our curve. That means it's not going to peak quite as high. So hopefully it does not overwhelm our medical resources, right? So at the hospital, we have not peaked yet. We have some cases. Everything's really well controlled right now. We have good resources at this time. And again, I work at Tripler Army Medical Center, and they have enough PPE. So they have enough personal protective equipment. Now, are we still bracing for what I like to call the tidal wave to come? Yes, because we are not at the most patients we're going to have. We're going to hit that not until May 3rd. So we're doing exactly what we're supposed to be doing, which is flattening that curve. But by flattening it, we also push out where the peak is going to be. So the peak is not going to be until later. So again, Hawaii's doing a great job at this. This is what we want. We want to make sure that people stay home so that they don't transmit the virus, but also so that they don't get it. And again, we're just looking at overwhelming our medical resources. So we're doing a great job. It just means that because of that, our peak disease incidence is not going to be until May 3rd in Hawaii. Now, the rest of the nation and some other parts of the nation are going to be like us. They're going to be pushed back because of all the social distancing, because of all these measures that we're doing. And this is not adhered perfectly, so I'm going to go with that back again. And so I'm very proud of Hawaii and what we're doing. Is there more that can be done? Definitely. There always is. I think we are definitely scared. Well, I'm scared. I see what's going on in New York, and it is scary to me. It's scary that we might be there in about a month's time. I'd like to think that we won't be, but we may be. And so that's what we're preparing for anyways, though. And I hope we will be prepared. it's hard to truly prepare for something like that. It's just watching the news, it just looks so overwhelming, Um, and my heart goes out to all those people in New York, in California, in Washington right now. Um, in the news, we hear of a lot of deaths, medical workers, residents. So these are these really young doctors who have not even they're not independently practicing yet. So that's what I work with at Tripler. I teach residents, family medicine residents, and it breaks my heart to think that any of them could be in that situation, um, catching this horrible disease and maybe even dying from it. Really breaks my heart. I hope it doesn't come to that. Um, that would, again, really just hearing about these young baby doctors and makes me really sad. So we'll say our prayers for them and definitely say our prayers for all our medical workers. Do want to say thank you to all our nurses who are still coming in. They are definitely frontline doing a lot of the work, and we would be lost without them. Um, and so, again, I am very proud of Hawaii. I think we're doing a great job. I think we will not see, hopefully, the big spike that we saw in New York, but I think it's good for awareness for everybody to know that, again, our COVID peak is going to be later. Um, anyways, I'm sure for a lot of people who are home and it's hard. It's hard to see that what we're doing is making a difference, but it is because it's pushing back our peak. And it's making our peak smaller. And I just keep thinking about people's loved ones, like my grandparents, my parents, you know, for them to not be in the hospital, someplace where they wouldn't have enough medical care when all this goes crazy. And then everyone's watching it very closely, seeing how this is all progressing, you know. We just want to make sure that everyone is safe. Um, and so right now, again, I'm just taking off this clear plastic carrier sheet from all the little bits. Don't do what I do. Make sure you do a test cut of your material. It's because, again, I have a brand new blade, so it cut all the way through the plastic carrier sheet normally that holds your whole design together, so I could put it on a lot more quickly and easily. But because I hate to waste, I took the time I could have recut it, but again, I don't want to waste, especially not now, right? When who knows when I can fully stock up again. I mean, people are out of work. And there you go. This is the final product. And you can find these graduation caps online on Amazon. If you are a graduate, you already have one. And so this is a really quick and easy way to decorate your cap. So this is it when it's done. But I'm also gonna put some extra embellishments on the top. So here we're gonna do my felt flowers. These are bought flowers. I bought them at Target. They're very pretty. But I have made flowers using my Cricut. Again, I do recommend finding an actual pattern. I like this book, Crepe Paper Flowers. It's by Leah Griffith. You can buy it online at Amazon. I have the link below. And it's only, right now, I think it's $2.99 for the Kindle version, so the online version. And she has all these wonderful crepe paper flowers. You can actually still cut these out of felt if you wanted to and still make the flowers. Just glue them together. You can see there's all sorts of flowers you can make. It's definitely an awesome book. I You can also, if you don't have the money right now, you can also borrow this book for free from the Hawaii State Public Library online. So if you have a Hawaii State Public Library card, it is available. You probably have to go on a wait list for it because it usually is checked out, but you can borrow it online as well for absolutely free. Again, you don't have to buy stuff. Just if you wanted to have your own book in order to make these flowers, you can. So I am gonna put a flower on each side. This is pink and red. And so just to give it a little more pop, I have here the Leah Griffith. This is a cordless glue gun. And I like it because it's a low temp glue gun, which is what's recommended for the flowers. I think I have to let it melt a little bit. Melt. So I'm going to glue these all together and on. And I have these little things. And it looks like I might have to cut off a little bit more the ends of these so they glue on nicely. Cut that off. Cut, and cut. So I just turned it on. I should have turned it on to warm it up earlier. Oops, sorry. Okay, and keep pushing it out. Is it high and low temp? I better check. Oh, I might have to just use my other glue gun. I'm gonna turn that off, let it cool down. That's why. Because it's the glue is specific, high versus low temp. So it looks like I put some high temp glue into a low temp gun. Better go find my low temp glue. But I do have another one. This is my high temp, mini high temp gun. If you don't know the difference, it is really just the temperature of the gun, but it does make a difference. So as we have just found out, if you have high temp glue, it does not go in the low temp gun. So hopefully my gun still works. I gotta find where I put the low temp glue. Oopsie doo. I guess this is not alive without several abnormal things happening. Okay. This take a little bit of a while to heat up. Should have heated this up ahead of time. Anyways, this is the final, what it's going to look like. Just like this. With the roses and my little embellishments. Okay, I hope you guys can make one of your own graduation caps. Thanks for watching. Let me know if you have questions or comments below, and let me know what other projects you like to see. Thanks. Bye.